Yes, yes.
You know, it happened to me a number of times, but I'll talk about Moonshadow since I'll plug the book. It's coming out next Wednesday. At the time when I did it, it was probably the best thing I'd ever done. It freed me as a writer in a way I'd never been free before, because I stepped outside of the Marvel Universe, and I just wrote that series as if I were writing a novel. And suddenly found my voice in a way I never had before. And the first 2 issues were just, oh my God, how is this happening? It's so good.
Right.
And I get to the 3rd issue and I've got it all mapped out, and I'm like 3/4 of the way through the 3rd issue, and it just sucks, you know? And you know, that feeling is unworthiness, and I'm thinking, this is it. I fooled them up till now, but they're gonna know when this comes out that I am terrible, terrible. And I'll bring it back to the thing that I started with. I basically laid on the floor for 2 days in misery, writhing in agony, and then out of the blue, here came this movie. And this movie was the end of the story, not that I planned, but the one that my unconscious had spent those 2 days working on, and all of a sudden it was perfect. But up until, I didn't know where that was. I just thought I'd completely blown it. I'd ruined it, and it happened to me, and this is why it's really important to surrender to the unconscious. A very similar situation, years later I was working on a comic, a cross-train comic called Abadazad with Mike Clute. Same thing. One of the best things I'd ever done. And literally happened again on the 3rd issue. You know, and I have the 3rd issue, first 2 issues, oh my God, this is so good, I can't believe it, I'm so excited. And I have it all mapped out, I have all these new characters that are coming into the story. And I can't wait to write it, and I start to write it, and I can't make it work. But I was so brilliant for those 2 issues, what happened, you know? And I can't make it work. And I start to type one page, and honest to God, I type the name of a character that I have never heard of until I type that name on the page. And I went, who the hell is this, you know? And I wrote a little bit more about the character, and I thought, well, that's interesting, but I'm gonna get to him some other time, and I'm gonna move on with the story I wanted to tell. And I try to tell the story and bring in these new characters, and it's terrible. Until I realized that that character that I'd never heard of was the most important character in that whole story. I threw out all the characters that I planned on bringing in, never got into the story, and this character stepped in and the whole issue came together like that. And I always like to say, then who wrote that story? I don't think I did, because I'd never heard of him until I typed his name. Literally.
That's
I wasn't even thinking I'm going to type this name. It was like, it was just there.
What's going on?
Yeah.
That's so interesting, because like,